Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Our title sponsor, Donnie and Dolly, is Able Auctions. It is Tuesday, and all of our guests on Tuesday, sponsored by Parker Marine. Make your boating experience the best it could be. Parker Marine. For more info, visit parkermarine.ca. I love a show like this. I love the interaction between Rick, myself, Ryan, Derek, and our great customers, pointing out that it wasn't Brian Burke who complained about Willie Mitchell's stick, the length of his stick.
Mike Keenan.
It was Mike Keenan. Thanks so much for texting in, folks, to 604-200-9494. Also the number for Is it just me?
Yep.
Okay. Also, we haven't dealt with the poll question. It's Canucks related. It's number related. We'll get to that in the next segment. In the meantime, brought to you by Parker Marine. The BC Lions, our next guest. BC Lions co-GM Neil McEvoy, Lions in Montreal on Saturday. Neil, thanks for doing this. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Are you okay with 3-2? Only one real disappointing effort, and I would say that was the home opener. Other than that, are you happy with 3-2?
Yeah, I'm happy with 3-2. At the end of the day, you look back at the games that you lost, and are wishing things would have gone a little differently. But in the world of pro sports, you can't look back. You just got to move forward. And so 3-2, we're going to take it and just keep on, having this train run forward.
Was Saturday, this might be obvious, Neil, was Saturday Michael Reilly's best effort, best game as a Lion?
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, Michael Reilly is a great quarterback, and you know what? Again, I don't want to put anything against the opponents we played, but at the end of the day, you're going to take what they give you. And so when the opponents are going to give you that type of defense, and Mike was able to put those types of numbers up, we're going to take it. Was it his toughest game as a Lion? Maybe not. Was it his best game as a Lion? Maybe so. But, at the end of the day, the W in the win column, 2 weeks from now, we're not even going to recognize or realize what happened in that game. We're just going to know it was a win, and we're going to, be happy with it.
What can you tell us about his health, his elbow?
Yeah, I think, to be quite honest, going the way we practiced last week, he took a lot of reps, and he threw balls deep down the field. At one point, we had to move the goalpost back. We have a goalpost that's on wheels, and we had to move him back because he threw a deep ball like 60, 70 yards in the air. And so, his arm seems to be, active, and as we saw last week, it didn't have a problem throwing the deep ball. So I think everything's, going forward as the doctors predicted it would have a month ago. I know it started off a little bit slow, but, we're going to take whatever we can get with him.
Yeah, he looked healthy the other night against Ottawa. Took off with the ball a couple of times. He looked real sharp. Hey, Neil, I mentioned the home opener. My boys and I were at that game. And right off the bat, Joel Figueroa goes down. Left tackle for the Lions, so important to the offense. And the offense wasn't the same after that. He comes back. Things are different. I know this might be obvious, but how important is he, as I just talked about, to that unit?
Yeah, you know what? Joel is just like the big brother for those offensive linemen. Not only is he good in protection, he's also a mean individual on the field. And I've said this before, like, in the old days when we used to walk into a bar and your buddy's 6'5", you had no issues. Well, that's what Joel does for our team. And his backup was, he did all the right things, but the physicality that Joel and guys like Suk Chung give us just make our offensive line really mean and able to protect Mike, which is, at the end of the day, what we want to do.
Hey, Neil, talk about some stuff off the field for a second. Carolina Hurricanes announced today everybody in their organization is vaccinated up. What about you guys? Are you there yet?
We're not 100% vaccinated, but we're certainly working towards that. Every day we talk to our guys about the obstacles that are going to be put in place for all of us if you don't have fully vaccinated shots by the end of basically October. But we're working towards that, and I'm happy with the way the progress is going.
Neil, you've had a new owner now, Amar Doman, for 3 or 4 weeks. Can you tell us, just from having new ownership, new ideas, a new direction, all that stuff, how's it been?
Yeah, it's been refreshing. It's been great. It's been nice to have the owner back into BC Place Stadium with the ability to talk with our partners. David, with his health over the last 4 or 5 years, hasn't been able to do that. And I don't know if we can put this together, but in the early 2000s, when David was at every game and talking to the partners, and we're getting 37,000 people at BC Place Stadium, things were rolling. And when David's health deteriorated to the point he wasn't able to travel like he did, we missed that, or I missed that, having the owner in the stadium. So it's nice to have the owner in the stadium at each game, and being able to talk to everyone and see the fans and just be a part of the whole experience at a BC Lions game.
Neil, you and I have talked many times about being in a place and time where the Lions do have 35,000 back. I think a team that scores a lot of points, has a quarterback that throws over 300 yards every game, makes it exciting. I think that's a good start. But do you feel you guys are inching, or is it going to take, your owner said it's going to take time. You feel that it's going to take time as well?
Yeah, you know what? It's different. The world is different from what it was 20 years ago. You know what? Again, I've said this before. When the greatest league in the world, forget about football, hockey, or whatever, when the National Football League is having problems with attendance, guess what? Everyone else is going to. And so we're just slowly building it back up to where we're going to be happy with it, and having a new owner, having a good football team on the field is a good start. Hey, last week, the beer was cold, the lineups weren't that big, the hot dogs were warm. That's because we won. If we would have lost, the beer's warm and everything else is an issue. So winning certainly helps, and we're just going to continue winning, and there will be less issues everywhere else.
I don't know what the date was, Neil, but our show presented a multi-point plan to improve the Canadian Football League. You might want to check that out. I don't know who came up with it, but it might not be a bad idea. Hey, Lucky Whitehead, he's somebody you could market. What does he mean to your team?
God, Lucky Whitehead is an amazing guy. Not only can we market him on the field, if you watch his smile, it's just it's just an amazing smile, an amazing guy, and we're just so happy to have him. And as you saw, the electrifying things he does on the field is great, and he actually has that type of electricity off the field as well. So I'm just so pleased that he's part of our football team.
Montreal on Saturday. Neil, thanks for this. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.